Hi, I'm Ed Jackson, also called Chef Ed, and today we're going to be making curried goat. And I have the goat right here. We're going to, in a really wicked hot pan. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of oil. Now we're going to season up the goat. And I'm going to just toss that around a little bit. We're going to cook this off and I'm going to put this in. And we're going to cook this off in batches because we want to get a really nice browning to the meat, and it's called the Maillard reaction. It actually gives a really nice caramelization to the meat, and that's when you do a stew or anything like that, you really want that color. You want that brown color because that's where all your flavor is going to come from. Got a nice color to it. We're going to take that out. Now some of you might think, oh, where can I find goat? Well, you can usually find it in most like ethnic grocery stores. You can find it frozen. In some cases, you actually can find fresh goat, which that's what I prefer to use. But this frozen goat, this works just fine. Now that's nicely seared off. We got some nice color to that. Now we're just going to add the balance of our oil. And then we're just going to pour all of our onions in there. I'm going to stir those around, get them cooking off. Now, on the bottom of the pan, you probably noticed all this brown. It's called fond. That's where all the flavor comes through. And you always have to check the fond. If the fond is burnt, it's no good because you'll have a burnt tasting dish. But this was really nice. So we're just going to stir that around. And we're going to let those onions saute for a little while. The onions are really nice right now. They've cooked down, and now this is the simplest part. We're going to add everything in. We're going to add some garlic. We're going to add two kinds of curry powder. We have sweet and hot because you want to get a balance of flavor. You want to get a little bit of heat, a little bit of sweetness because you want every part of your tongue to be excited. Isn't that great? We have some fresh thyme. We have some bay. We have some beef stock. And then we have, going to add some coconut milk. Now, everybody probably thinks, oh, this is a dish from India. Well, lo and behold, it's actually from the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas. At one point in time, they imported people from India to harvest the sugar cane. And there were already goats on the island, and the people from India brought over their curries. Now, the last thing we're going to add in is a little white wine vinegar. I'm going to season with a little more salt, a couple turns of pepper, and we're just going to, now this is just going to stew. Now, a good part of the goat to buy, if you want to use the, one of the muscles that is used a lot. That's where all the flavor is. And those are usually tougher cuts of meat. That's why we're using a moist, what they say, moist cooking method. It actually cooks over a long period of time, and the meat gets really tender. So you don't want to use a high quality, high cut of lamb if you can't find goat in this because you'll just be wasting your money. Go for a cheap cut of meat, and you'll actually get a better flavor too. So we're just going to cover that and let that go for probably about a good 60 minutes. So let's check in about 60 minutes. Okay, let's take a look. Now this is boiling really nice. This has a nice texture to it. It smells great. I have some rice right here on a plate. This is how you customarily serve it. I'm just going to take some. We're going to spoon some right over the top. Go in there and get some of that juice to get all that goodness onto the plate. So, and here we have curried goat.